Hey everybody, this is your host Sophia Nelson, and welcome back to the Be the One You Need podcast. Today, I want to remind all of us that this is BIPOC Mental Health Awareness Month. July is BIPOC Mental Health Awareness Month. Now, if you aren't familiar with that term, let me help you with it. It stands for Black, Indigenous, People of Color. So it is the umbrella that corporations use, universities use, everyone uses in industry to describe people of color who are non-white. And many of you always ask the question, I see it on social media at least 10 times a day, why do we need Black colleges? Why do we need DEI? Why do we need BIPOC month? I'll tell you why. All you have to do is pause for a moment. Sincerely pause. And take a look around at your country right now. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent. If you are an honest, objective person, you see that programs promoting diversity, which is e pluribus unum, out of many one, that is our founding motto. Programs promoting inclusion, which is what our founding fathers believed in. As we just passed our 249th birthday, all 13 colonies were included. Not one, not two, not four, all 13. And inclusion, diversity, equity. Equity is what this country was founded on, moving towards a more perfect union, a more equitable society, a more just society, a society where men were free, and not just men but women, and not just women but people of color. And so here we are 249 years later, and I think we're all asking the question, where are we headed? Well, BIPOC month is a month where we focus on the mental health and wellness of people of color, specifically Black and Indigenous, but again, all groups, Asian, Hispanic, any group you can think of that is of color and that fits into that category is included. And we do that because our experience in this country and globally is different than those who are white. That's not a judgment. That's not an accusation. That's just a fact. Don't trust me. Google it. But more importantly, talk to someone at your job who looks different from you. Talk to someone who's Jewish and has a different faith than you, or Muslim, and sit down and break bread or have a cup of coffee and ask questions. Ask what you don't understand. Ask what you need to understand better. I do it all the time and it helps me. I do have friends that are a part of MAGA. Now, I know some of you find that hard to believe. There are some of the best human beings I know. Christians, Jewish people of other faiths. They are good husbands and wives and moms and dads and good community stewards. And for whatever reason, their politics align with something that I find, frankly, detestable and reprehensible. But that doesn't mean we can't find common points, like our friendship of many decades and years, or how we socialize together. And we don't get into fights about our politics or even about our faith beliefs. What we try to focus on is those things that we have in common. And when we can understand that other people who don't look like us, grew up like us, come from the same parts of the country as us, have different life experiences, when we can understand that we all don't start out the same and we all don't experience life the same, that's when we're going to make real progress in this great nation of ours. That's when we're going to understand that your mental health is absolutely impacted by your gender, your race, your socioeconomic status, how you grew up, who you're connected to, and who you are around day to day. The workplace can be a place of wonder and friendship and growth, or it can be a pretty unpleasant experience. I've written about it in several of my books. Being a woman of color, the things I have experienced are difficult and challenging, and it many times made me just want to quit and do something else. Feeling that it wasn't worth the mental health price that I was paying for success and to climb a ladder where there's not just still a glass ceiling. Lots of times, folks, there's still a brick wall. And until we can have these courageous conversations and be honest, we're going to continue to do what we do, which is be tribal and be nasty to one another and be divisive and do harm to one another. I hope to have an amazing guest this month on who I think is a perfect example of who I hope we become in the future long after I'm gone. She's a young woman. She is a millennial, and She is awesome. Many of you will recognize her from television, etc. Don't want to drop her name yet until I can confirm her, but I'm looking forward to that dialogue. And I wanted to just remind you, if you are Black, Indigenous, or of color, to take care of yourself, to honor yourself, to be kinder to yourself, to rest and have respite, not just a day at the beach, not just a day at the spa. That is nice. Those are good days for us to just take some me time. I'm talking about a lifestyle choice. I'm talking about who you're connected to, healing from your trauma and your hurts and your pains, and not letting other people dump their trauma, hurt, and pain on you and make you responsible for it. In communities of color, we deal with this uniquely, particularly Black women, and that is too long of a podcast to get into in this short segment here. We have got to be better stewards of our souls, of our bodies, of our spirits, of our well-being. And I want to encourage you this month to read the literature, to do the work, to understand that you are in a unique category. And these are uniquely challenging times. This is the moment to take better care of you and those you love. And to outreach and learn about people who are different than you. That's how we live up to that motto. That's how we live up to our creed. That's how we want to head into our 250th birthday next year as a nation and as a world, a global community of different people from different tribes, from different cultures, from different faiths, from different walks of life. That's how we make humanity better. At the moment, we're failing, and we are failing greatly. We are not at our best. We're nasty, we're mean, we're tribal, we're hostile. Social media is a pretty ugly place. So if you're on it like I am, take breaks. Step back. You don't always have to respond, even to the most unbelievably ugly things people say to you. So with that being said, I hope you go back to your self-care Sunday, and I hope you're having an amazing long holiday weekend. I know I am. And I look forward to more discussions this month here on the Be the One You Need podcast about mental health. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.